Now we move on to Pearl. This one, once again, is super similar to Viper. You've got, this basic wall that you can just throw straight. It gives you the normal cover that the usual Viper wall does. You've got your orb for... I don't know why that throw was so bad, but you've got your orb for down here. Just to cover that, play with that. Same option of if you throw it further back. If you want to take more sight, you can throw it like this. The wall goes up kind of enough to cover heaven, but there's still spots. So I don't recommend this unless you have like a second controller to actually smoke this to take more sight. But the main one I recommend is super simple. It's just this diagonal. You make sure you catch both of the boxes. Closer on your end, preferably. So there's a gap on there, so it walls up and actually gives cover for you, as you can see. And it means, if they've got like an Omen or someone or whatever, or Jet or whatever, if they updraft onto here, they can't easily play this side. And it's that, and then super, that's a straight line on your dome. You're all fighting here, you just throw your dome. This is an easy wall for B site. When attacking the A site, you got two options. The first one is, walling from around here and kind of doing a 180 to capture all three like this. It doesn't give you as much space on site. They can still be playing here and peek you. But it means any defenders playing safe from any of the spots, they can't. Another option is if you've managed to cross, you can play these walls much closer in. I kind of fucked that one up, but there you go. You can play these walls much closer in, give you sight control, and make it so they can't peek you from any of the spots. Gives you full sight control. So it depends how you and your team like to play. If you only want this front half, I'd recommend doing it from here and just, doing the normal curve or whatever. Taking that. Make sure you don't have a gap like that. I kind of just flicked it to the side. But if you want to take more sight control, I recommend doing it from the left side so you can actually hug the spots properly. Just like that. I mean, they can play here if you don't thingy it long enough, if you don't flick quick enough. So I definitely recommend making sure you can get that down. If you want to take this far of the site, that is, if you just want to stop them from pushing it, that was still the better option. But just depends how you and your team like to play. And a retaking B site is kind of just super easy. You can just wall like this. Obviously if they've planted here, you can do a bit of a deeper wall, say like that. But most of the time the plant's here. But yeah, you just got a deep wall if they've planted for this, But if they've planted for this corner, just a very simple wall like this, you have a site. When we take an A site, it's recommended to be pushing from flower. That way you can hug yourself into this corner, aim your wall so it, covers here, kind of give it a curve at the end and then flick it across. That curve means you can't have anyone hiding in that gap when throwing it. Obviously that fully covers all of this, and this is also the other common spot. Just means you only have to fight the site.